Today I want to make a quick follow-up video to a video I did a little ways back comparing earplugs geared towards musicians. So if you're looking for some higher end earplugs, I was just comparing some different popular models together and specifically taking a little extra time to look at these Soundbrenner Minuendo earplugs. Let's see if I can get them in the side camera there. Yeah, so these guys, and I spent a little extra time with these because they have some cool bonus features that you don't really find in earplugs. In fact, you don't really think of earplugs at all as having features to them, but these certainly do, and you can go back and check that video if you want more details. But I want to recap sort of a gripe I had with these earplugs, a reason that I kind of didn't like them, and then I also want to sort of recap that on why it actually might be a good thing. So that was more complicated than it needed to be, but let me just bring you up to speed real quick. These earplugs are cool because they have variable attenuation, which means that you can use this little switch here and you can actually decide how much sound you want to block. You can block out more sound by flipping them one way, then you can flip them another way and let a little more sound in if that's what you prefer. So one of the gripes I had with this, that feature itself, I have no problems with. I think that is very, very cool, and I haven't seen that in any other pair of earplugs, which is why I was giving them high praise and recommending them, which I still do. One of my problems I had was that they are what they call infinitely variable, meaning that the little levers here don't have any steps on them, so they can just go all the way one way or all the way the other way. That I still think is a problem. I wish that there were little notches in here so that you could choose exactly how much attenuation you wanted and then lock it in at that point. Another reason I had a problem with this was that it would make it difficult to match one earplug to another. So if you were trying to get like halfway attenuation with one and then you were trying to match it with the other one, because there's no little locking mechanism in there, it would be hard to match them exactly. So that is still a gripe that I have, but part of my thinking when I was explaining that issue was you would never want to have one earplug attenuating differently than the other. But I've been using these a lot more recently and realizing that that is absolutely not the case. There are actually plenty of situations in which you would want to attenuate one ear more than the other. If you're at a concert and you've got one ear right up to the speaker, then it makes total sense that you might want to have less attenuation on one ear and more attenuation on the other if the sound is really directional and coming from one side of your head. And if you've been unlucky enough, I suppose, to be on one side of a drummer's drum set while they're bashing on a cymbal, then you know that there are definitely times that you would want one ear to have more attenuation than the other. So I want to see if I can demonstrate this for you here using a buddy of mine. I'm gonna play some drums and then I'm gonna have a buddy of mine try out the earplugs. And what I'm gonna do is if you put headphones on, I'm gonna try and mix it in such a way that you can sort of get what I mean, where you've got a lot of sound coming into one ear and then you can use this variable attenuation and actually turn one ear down more than the other. So check this out. So hopefully that illustrates what I'm talking about and is just another reason why you might be interested in spending a little more money on these Soundbrenner Minuendo earplugs. It was something that I hadn't really considered the first time I went through and reviewed them, but it's something that I've definitely been putting to good use lately. And for some of you out there, if you find yourself in that situation frequently, I mean, this would be great for bass players, this would be great for guitar players, people that are next to cymbals quite frequently. I mean, that feature alone, being able to turn down one more than the other, might be worth the extra money. And speaking of which, I should mention that I have a promo code through Soundbrenner. When they sent me these to review originally, they were cool enough to give me a promo code that I can pass along to you, and it lets you get 20% off of these earplugs or I think any of their products as well. So you can just browse their website, and if you use my promo code, which is COLESB, Cole Soundbrenner. If you use that code, you can get 20% off of anything that they sell, which is very cool. So I'll link that below, or you can just type in Cole SB. So yeah, just something that I wanted to mention because it's been kind of a game changer for me lately. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you got something out of this, and I will see you next time.